Council meeting to order. If you'd please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. On a solemn note, I'd like to begin with a moment of silence. I was notified recently that the city of Saline lost two friends in recent months. Joanne Steiner, who was the longtime secretary and office manager for the Department of Public Works. She was an excellent employee. And I was notified just yesterday at some meetings that Gary Hahn, a longtime council member and community volunteer, also passed away this past summer in Florida. He and his family had relocated to Fort Myers. Many of you may recall that name. He was also a prominent attorney in the Ann Arbor area. So the city extends condolences to the families and loved ones of both individuals. And again, I'd ask you to join me in a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Members present this evening are council members CO, Dillon, Gearbaugh, Harmont, Lesh, Rice, and Mayor Morrow. From city staff, we have the city manager, Colleen O'Toole, and clerk Terry Royal. At this time, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as submitted unless there are additional amendments.
So moved.
Moved by Mayor Pro Tem Dillon to approve as submitted. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Council Member Harmont. All those in favor of approving the agenda as submitted signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. The motion carries unanimously. There are no absences this evening, so we'll proceed to the first of our two public comment periods. Under the Open Meetings Act, any person may come forward at this time and make comment or question on an item that appears on this agenda. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person. Anyone who would like to speak is requested, but of course not required, to state his or her name and address for the record. Are there any citizen comments on agenda items this evening? Please come forward to the podium and you will have 3 minutes once you begin.
Hi all, I know how this one works. Happy New Year to everyone. I just wanted to say congratulations to our new council members and thank you to everyone for your service. My name is Jennifer Stebbin. I'm a City of Saline resident and just wanted to extend my thanks and appreciation to you for your service. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments. We appreciate that. Additional citizen comments on agenda items. You'll be limited to 3 minutes.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here, to be with you, especially our new leaders here. And my name is Changming Fan, local resident.
Yeah, make sure the green light is illuminated at the base. There you go.
Do I have to start all over again? Sorry.
No, please continue.
Okay. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor, council, and friends. Today is a special day. I can see that relatives here, come over here, and everybody going to celebrate here. We're going to have a new year, a new page of the history of Saline. And I just say a few words. To be there, like all of you, it's not easy, and it's not good job. I've been sit over there. I saw the people of Saline come over here, congratulate, complain, and even yelling. So be prepared. You select to serve us. You're ready to open, not just good word, and also some of the challenges. So I strongly believe with this system, with your good heart and professionalism, Saline going to have new page. And I have a confidence that Saline will lead the rest of other cities surrounding us. And then that's all I say. Something blinking. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate your comments. Any additional citizen comments on agenda items? You'll have 3 minutes.
Hello, Tran Longmore, 325 North Low Street. I want to wish you all good luck this year and next year for those of you who are still here then too. I hope you're able to accomplish all you want to. I'm here to talk about the digital production coordinator job. And I think I use Saline Live, YouTube all the time to watch you guys, and that way I can be at sports, go home, watch, shuttle through the boring parts. Sorry, there are some boring parts.
Indeed.
But I hope that cable access can kind of get back to its community roots, not so much that it's always PR for the school district and the city, but also that we see some of what I grew up with, watching these crazy people, a little bit off, doing their crazy shows on cable access. And I think we got to start recruiting, or really, and maybe there is no need for it in the age of social media, but I think that's a way to sort of, that's how cable access, at least part of it, should be. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Any additional citizen comments on agenda items?
Mary Hess, interested resident and taxpayer. I want to thank you all for serving the city and taking on the woes and the wonderful things that are ahead of you. Hopefully you all have a good year.
Thank you, Mrs. Hess. Any additional citizen comments on agenda items?
Happy New Year. I just want to quickly say congratulations to everybody. It's good to see some fresh blood, and I'm excited for all that you're going to accomplish this year. You're a good-looking bunch, I must say. I know you got a lot on your plate, and I'm confident that we're going to get a lot done. So congrats, and thank you for your service. And it's the first time on this side of the dais for a while. And go blue.
Thank you, Mr. Kamara-Sulak. Any additional citizen comments on agenda items? The record will reflect there are none. Clerk Royal, did we receive any written comments in which the individual wanted their remarks read at this time? No. Easy enough. Then we will transition to the first of three presentations, the swearing in of our new council members, and we're delighted to have the Honorable Judge Freshour with us. Judge, if you'd like to come forward to administer the oaths of office, and to the council members who will be taking the oath this evening, if you'd like to be joined up front with family or friends, please feel free to invite them and, of course, take as many pictures as you would like. Judge, thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Who goes first?
Why don't we start? We'll just start to my right and end to my left. So we'll begin with Councilmember-elect Lesh.
Can you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Charles Lesh,
I, Charles Lesh,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and I will faithfully perform the duties
as a member of the City Council
as a member of the City Council
in and for the City of Saline,
in and for the City of Saline,
County of Washtenaw,
County of Washtenaw,
and the State of Michigan,
the State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Councilmember Seal.
Can you raise your right hand? I, Jack Seal,
I, Jack Seal,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
as a member of the City Council
as a member of the City Council
in and for the City of Saline,
in and for the City of Saline,
County of Washtenaw,
County of Washtenaw,
and the State of Michigan,
and the State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
And Councilmember Jen Harmon.
Can you raise your right hand, please? I, Jennifer Harmont,
I, Jennifer Hermel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and I will faithfully perform the duties
and I will faithfully perform the duties
as a member of the City Council
as a member of the City Council
in and for the City of Saline,
in and for the City of Saline,
County of Washtenaw,
County of Washtenaw,
and State of Michigan,
and State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to my three colleagues, and again, Your Honor, thank you for being here. We appreciate it very much. Very much are in your debt for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Thank you. My friends, we understand that there's a very important sport event this evening. We'll try our best to get you out of here at a reasonable hour. I do want to preface by saying, of course, this meeting was scheduled and established long before we knew that the University of Michigan would be playing in a national championship. So we're going to transition now to my charter-sanctioned State of the City address. Bear with me. My friends, good evening. City Council, City Manager O'Toole, Clerk Royal, Judge Freshour, distinguished guests, and my fellow Salinians. It is a distinct honor to provide the citizens of Saline with my 12th annual State of the City address. As I've articulated previously, this past year and these last 6 months have been both challenging and productive. We continue to endure burgeoning inflation, labor and material shortages. There are increased burdens on our business community, and as I expressed in a recent op-ed, growing mistrust of government. But believe me, I know that progressive, forward-thinking leaders do not become demoralized or disheartened. I've said it before. I look at hard times and say this too shall pass. I've never been more optimistic or hopeful. I am confident that the 2024 calendar year will be one of progress and productivity. Transitioning first to economic development, I'm keenly aware that all communities have reputations, but to be very clear, Saline will never have the ignominious distinction of being hostile to business or private sector investment. Our businesses enrich our quality of life, offer jobs and amenities, and their tax dollars fund the vital government programs we all rely on. As I shared in late summer and fall, business retention visits began in 2023. Our city will ultimately complete a comprehensive business database and thus have a more holistic understanding of our current enterprises and their individual needs. This will undoubtedly help with assisting our local economy and aid with our attraction efforts. Clearly, we have far too many vacant storefronts in our downtown and in various commercial districts. Partnering with local landlords and our Community Recruitment and Retention Team, CRRT, we will work aggressively to identify entrepreneurs and desired businesses and connect them with the resources necessary to ensure their success and longevity. In the ensuing months, our CRRT will also be evaluating and exploring the creation of a social district in the core of our downtown. A proposal will be presented to City Council for review in the second quarter of 2024. Saline continues its forward momentum on expansion and diversification of our housing stock. In fact, this spring we are looking forward to the development of 207 Monroe Street, thereby adding some new and obtainable housing options to our city's south central corridor. As most are aware, the city recently adopted a revised master plan. Objectively, this is perhaps the best and most inclusive master plan in our city's history. Ergo, we will be moving forward with policy updates to improve our development practices. We'll also be looking to modify our ordinances to encourage more types of commercial development. Now on to infrastructure and our capital assets. I've expressed this before, but it certainly bears repeating. Based on our strong track record over the past several years, it should be crystal clear to all Saline residents and business owners, the days of infrastructure delays and deferrals are over. The city, and City Council more specifically, will continue to act boldly and invest robustly in our municipal streets, sidewalks, and water and sewer systems. In 2023, we completed several large and impactful infrastructure projects within our municipal boundaries: resurfacing of Clark Street, enlargement of our East Belt sewer line, repaving of North Maple Road, along with a section of Old Creek Drive. Our thoughtful and shrewd oversight of these projects resulted in rather significant cost savings, thereby allowing us to install and repair large sections of municipal sidewalk and plan for additional pedestrian safety improvements. Further, as was discussed at a December work meeting, our city engineer, along with other key personnel, are working diligently to revise our existing capital improvement plan into an asset-based management transportation improvement plan. Asset management programs include tools and techniques to evaluate risk and prioritize capital and O&M decisions. I've said this before, but it's critically important. Knowing our system and organizing the data is the first and most critical step in any infrastructure asset management approach. Ultimately, proper asset management tools will shift decision-making from reactive to proactive and thereby improve infrastructure quality throughout our city. We expect to begin implementation of said plan later this year. Adoption of this approach will include the targeting of several local streets for resurfacing projects. A more comprehensive list is expected to be provided in the latter half of February 2024. As we mentioned previously, recent investments in our water infrastructure, specifically at our at our plant off Saline Waterworks Road, have already yielded significant results, i.e., a substantial decrease in water discoloration complaints. By way of example, the city received only 12 formal complaints in the past 2 months. As always, if residents experience water discoloration issues, they are encouraged to use the citizen reporting tool on our website to report any concerns. Please rest assured the city will continue to use this reporting tool to properly direct resources and maintain these improvements. Also, the city will continue our valve assessment rehabilitation initiative, knowing, of course, that this project has a direct and unambiguous impact on water quality and clarity. Additionally, due to the significance of these issues, DPW and our city's PR department will continue to produce a recurring newsletter. Each of these newsletters contains substantive messaging on both water quality and other timely issues. Transitioning to our wastewater treatment facility, WWTP. Improvements to the WWTP are finally underway, having kicked off this past October. Work will continue through the winter, with heavy construction ramping up in the spring and summer. The project will span 3 construction seasons and is expected to be completed in June 2026. Residents can sign up to receive construction updates through our ClearGov website. Also, we were very fortunate to receive $5 million in state appropriations due to the diligent efforts of our local state legislators. Rest assured, we will continue to advocate for additional funds in the ensuing years. As many are aware, the city's wastewater treatment ad hoc advisory group continues to meet bi-monthly to provide advice and review projects and initiatives relating to these vital services. Finally, the city continues to make progress on our West Michigan Ave sidewalk. We'll be working tirelessly to secure easements and additional funding. Last, staff expects to complete design and bidding of the Saline River Valley Trail, formerly known as the Saline River Walk, in the spring of 2024. This, of course, is very exciting. Once completed, the pathway will span the length of Mill Pond Park, connecting Bennett Street with Michigan Avenue and Mills. Transitioning again to city finances and financial stewardship. It goes without saying, city leadership will continue to cautiously and strategically manage public funds. As has been widely reported, all the members of the 2023 City Council co-signed letters to our county, state, and federal officials requesting funding for 3 critical project areas. In order of importance, our wastewater treatment rehabilitation, second, stabilization modernization of our municipally owned recreation center, and third, the creation of additional parking and added accessibility in our downtown. All these initiatives will have a profound benefit to the community. We hope for traction with these requests in the coming months, and will do our very best to keep residents abreast to the progress or any community support that may be required. The city's S&P Global rating has been upgraded from AA to AA+. This is a notable increase. This upgrade reflects the city's successful recovery from the pandemic, showcasing both our expanded tax base and solidifying our position as a stable and reliable investment for all stakeholders. The city has revised its investment and policy procedures. This new approach, supported by the appropriate monitoring of cash flow and other prudent utilization practices. The implementation of these protocols resulted in a significant increase of nearly $700,000 during the first half of 2023 fiscal year. Although the financials for December are still being finalized, the city expects investment income for the entire calendar year of 2023 to exceed $1.2 million. Further, the city recently completed its annual audit for fiscal year 2023. For the very first time, we received a perfect opinion from our auditing firm. For those interested, the audit may be found on our city's website. Utility billing is transitioning our billing cycles to align with the calendar year. Consequently, there will be a delay in receiving invoices until the end of January. If residents or business owners have additional questions or concerns, they may direct all inquiries to the city treasurer's office. In the weeks and months ahead, city staff will continue to pursue opportunities to fund new investments at our recreation center, specifically improvements to the aquatic center to add more family-friendly water features. In the meantime, we strongly encourage residents and other community stakeholders to tour the facility and consider a personal or family membership. Leading active and healthy lifestyles will prove beneficial in innumerable ways. Last, the city is pleased to announce that our OPEB fund for retiree healthcare liability is now 100% funded. The city also participates in an agent-employer defined pension plan for all employees hired before 2008. This plan is administered by the Municipal Employee Retirement System, MERS. While this fund is currently at a stable level, staff and council are committed to growing the fund status to 70% over the next few years. As I've stated for more than a decade now, our first responders can rest easy, knowing that our community's elected officials will continue to provide them the resources they need to effectively serve and protect area residents. In the latter half of 2023, the city made the decision to consolidate police dispatch services into Washtenaw County Metro Dispatch. The appropriate individuals have been working diligently to ensure a smooth and successful transition. For the public's edification, this change is expected to occur on April the 2nd, 2024. Maintaining adequate staffing levels within our police department is of paramount importance. As such, the Saline PD continues to offer scholarships and sponsorships to accredited police academies. Regardless of your background or education level, if you're interested in employment opportunities within an outstanding public safety agency, please visit our website or contact Police Chief Radzik or Deputy Police Chief Hartwig, respectively. Last, let me message on openness, communication, and operational efficiencies. City Council is eager to receive and review the final report from our Healthcare Improvement Task Force, which is expected by the end of March of this year. It is increasingly likely that this group will be recommissioned with a much broader focus on community wellness, including healthcare services, domestic violence prevention, and the malignancies of addiction and substance abuse. Additionally, government officials must always look for improved efficiencies. City government, more specifically, should continue to explore restructurings and reorganizations to improve operations and better meet the needs of the residents we represent. In this vein, pertaining to our Code Review Committee, I'd like to explore some changes, i.e. creating a policy committee at the council level. Also, the establishment of a finance committee could assist with budgeting and other financial priorities. While more due diligence needs to be done, I believe at this juncture, bifurcating these responsibilities may prove advantageous. As previously discussed, our Charter Review Committee, under the leadership of City Manager O'Toole, has completed their work and made a number of thoughtful, common-sense recommendations. The recommended amendments would update and modernize our city charter while improving organizational efficiency. Of course, changes to our municipal charter must be approved by the electorate. As charter amendments are formally proposed, educational material will be distributed and public town halls, forums will be scheduled. As always, we continue to encourage citizens to explore our city website and social media pages, and please share your thoughts and suggestions with our IT director and/or PR generalist. Also, consider signing up for our new electronic newsletter, updates through ClearGov, and feel free to review all public documents and agendas at Documents on Demand. We hope more residents will use our online reporting tool, and if your HOA or condo association has not subscribed to our neighborhood updates, please connect with Sarah Massey directly. Let me end by acknowledging the years of service and innumerable contributions made by my city council colleagues. Mayor Pro Tem Janet Dillon, members Jack Seo, Dean Gearbaugh, and Nicole Rice. We also welcome our newest members, Chuck Lesh and Jen Harmont. Both individuals have strong track records of service to our community. I have no doubt that their experiences and perspective will enrich City Council. Last, we thank our former members, James Delorco and Kevin Kamara-Sulak, for their years of service and wish them and their families the very best in their future endeavors. Also, we have a phenomenal city staff. We are indeed blessed. On behalf of the entire council, we thank each of you. Our community would not be the world-class city it is without your dedication and contributions. My friends, in conclusion, please rest assured this community will continue to experience hardships and challenges, but our renewed focus on core services, investing in our infrastructure, strengthening our local economy, while pursuing best practices for organizational efficiency, will undoubtedly improve our quality of life. I've said it before, Saline is a special place, and it's worth fighting for. Let me end tonight with this. I'm a great believer. If you're going to lead a county, a country, a city, state, city, or any organization, you have to be an optimist. Not a cockeyed optimist, but a realistic one. Someone who believes that through hard work and action, positive things can indeed get done. I hope to help create a culture of positivity here in Saline, one where Salinians focus on our strengths and attributes, on creating both positive and affirming change. Let us not be distracted by personalities or petty grievances. Let us move forward united, believing that with determination and a little bit of hope, our best days are yet to come. Thank you, God bless you, and may God bless Saline. Thank you. We are going to transition now to a presentation from our local cable access station, and we welcome at least one representative from Saline Area Schools forward. Jackie? Jackie, your official title, Communications Director for Saline Area Schools?
Officially, Executive Director of Communications and Community Relations.
Very good. Well,
What you said works.
All right. Well, the title that you articulated sounds far more impressive. Well, we're delighted to have you, and belated congratulations from the council on your relatively new position. We know that you'll do phenomenal things. So we welcome you and Ben to the podium, and whenever you'd like to begin, the floor is yours.
Wonderful. Well, once the AV guy figures out how to advance the slides, we will be happy to. Try again. There we go. All right, thanks. As stated, my name is Jackie Martin. I'm the Executive Director of Communications and Community Relations for Saline Area Schools, and I began that position in July of 2023. So I am learning all of this as I'm speaking of it, and so I appreciate your patience to learn alongside of me. This is Ben, who I'm guessing many of you have had the opportunity to meet. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Ben Goodman. For those of you new, I'm the digital production coordinator for both this Saline Area Schools and for the city. I do video projects and run the TV station SCTN Channel 18, our community access cable station.
So we are charged annually to provide an update to the City Council on the status of the things that we've been working on related to programming. So the Cable Commission, to start, is a city committee. We meet monthly with representatives both from City Council and the school district, as well as the greater community. Councilmember Dillon joins us in those meetings monthly. We discuss program schedules and approve equipment purchases as outlined in the agreements related to franchise and PEG fees, which we'll speak about shortly. I find that it does strengthen the relationship between the city and the school district and gives us an opportunity to really showcase some creative and collaborative opportunities that are happening across both platforms. So Comcast does generate some revenue for us. That revenue is in the form of both franchise fees and PEG fees. I don't actually know what PEG fees stands for, but it's PEG fees is the answer that I'm given.
It's an acronym for something.
Yeah. There you go.
Basically equipment.
Yeah.
There you go. And then per an agreement with the city of Saline designates to the school district 100% of the PEG fees for the purposes of purchasing equipment, 44% of the franchise fees, which are unrestricted, and the city of Saline keeps 56% of those same unrestricted franchise fees. At the school district level, we use those 44% of our franchise fees to support personnel, both in the form of Ben and also in some other student employees that are employed through our community education program and others that help support the bigger picture, because although he is almost everywhere, he cannot be absolutely in every location that we ask him to be. So approximately those franchise fees generate for the school $74,000 annually, and PEG fees approximately $68,000 annually. There has been no rollover in either of these accounts. We spend, for the franchise fees fund roughly 81% of our personnel costs, so the rest of it is picked up by our community education program. And our PEG fees, we spend over the allocated amount every year. We did have some rollover funds, I understand, from COVID, but did make some equipment purchases this year, which then spent those down. So we're not maintaining a balance in those at this time. Those PEG fees only allow us to spend, the only appropriate expenses are related to video equipment, and then those expenses are tracked separately from franchise fees. Our finance director, Miranda Owsley, certainly plays a very important role in this, and seeing as though we had 3 slides collaboratively between the two of us, and she is a U of M grad and fan, I gave her the night off. So if there are specific finance-related questions, I'd be happy to follow up with you about those. Ben.
As Ms. Martin mentioned, PEG fees are used to buy equipment only. So this equipment has to be used into making the production of a video that then will be shared over SCTN, as well as the city and schools' social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now X, and then Meta's new, what's it called? Meta's new? Threads, if anybody chooses to use Threads. So it has to be used for equipment. So you can't buy batteries with it, you can't buy tape with it. It's specific to what we purchase. And we're very blessed to have Miranda Owsley because she does a great job of dotting her I's and crossing her T's to make sure that it meets all the government regulations for a community access television station. This year, we updated our TV station, SCTN. That's housed over at Saline High School in the TV studio. And the previous TV station was purchased many, many years ago, and it was outdated. And it was very difficult to work with. So we purchased a new system that is entirely done over the web. So I log in, I load the video on a web app, and I create a timeline, and hit send, and it goes. And I can create a timeline for weeks on end. So if I go on vacation, I can create it the week before. I also have different ways to log in when I'm traveling through a static IP address. So you can see right there, the arrow is pointing to the new station. The other one used to be this obnoxiously large box. Everybody in the Cable Commission has seen it. We replaced it with a smaller box and put it up so little hands cannot touch it. On the left is the old system. It took all that equipment right there, and yes, that's a VHS player in there. That tells you how old it is. The new system runs off one box, and it's made a world of difference in my job and my life. We replaced and added a new monitor in here, as well as new boxes to get slideshows and show them here at meetings. That was done earlier this year. And then new computers for editing and stuff. I was working off computers that were about 10 or 11 years old. So they're outdated, they needed to be updated. City projects, we specifically do city council meetings. We do a DPW discussion with Larry Searles. That's done by PR specialist Sarah Massey and I. Economic development video, I do that with Mayor Marl and Ben Harrington. Town hall meetings and planning commission meetings. Last year I did 24 meetings for city council, 17 for planning commission, 2 meetings that were just special work meetings, 5 town hall meetings, and other content, like I said, the economic development video, DPW discussion, Memorial Day parade, rec center promo, fall harvest, and Christmas on the farm. School district projects, we're very involved with Weber Bliss One Room Schoolhouse. We do teacher and learning spotlights, which highlights a teacher doing project-based learning and showing student achievement and highlighting that teacher doing a great job working with students. We do a new hire video to introduce to our district and our community our new teachers and staff that we hire every year. The Foundation for Saline Area Schools, which is a big part of this community, they have numerous events throughout the year, and we take care of them. And then Saline Live Video Crew, which records different events for Saline Area Schools, including sports, theater events, music events. Last year we had 20 board meetings, 45 games, 20 events, performing arts. That includes graduation. We did, I think last year, 15 teacher and learning spotlights, a long video on special education, overview of the history of special education in Saline, district video shorts, bond updates, and of course Weber Bliss. Then the foundation, we did the Hall of Fame, fall fundraiser, and their Blue Jeans and Bling, which is their big spring fundraiser. Hybrid projects include both of us. So Stuff the Bus, which is at Summerfest. I work with Paul Heineck. We get on a bus and we go out and collect school supplies. Last year, many of you donated supplies. I met with Janet Dillon over at the Catholic Church, and we took pictures of every place that donated supplies and the supplies they donated. Saline Community Fair, the Memorial Day Parade, different things throughout the holidays, and then video shorts. Other hybrid content, Miss Saline Pageant, Mayor Marl, you're involved with that. Holiday parades, election forums, master plan meetings. I worked with Ben Harrington on a lot of that last year. Maple Road Improvement in Saline Middle School, that was a big project we did to kind of show how that project was impacting schools, and it made changing our drop-off and pickup loops so much easier and safer, and we got that information across to the community. And that's all we have.
Well, it's very informative. Thank you both. As the liaison from the city to the Community Cable Commission, Mayor Pro Tem Dillon, is there anything that you would like to add at this time before we open it up for questions from the dais?
Sure. There's a couple of things that I want to mention. I know it was highlighted in there, but it was a significant change. Was what we've done is found a much better balance with not just Ben's time, but with the dollars that we are allocating at this point between the school, the city, and the community, and finding out. And we really do, I mean, those slides, I appreciate that Ben gave us some numbers, because we do work hard to make sure there is a balance there, and that he's able to, because he is perpetually asked to do things. We've actually had to put a new process in place of how to request Ben to be at your events because of that. And, you know, for myself, one of the biggest roles that I have right now is that I am currently the only person on the Cable Commission that actually subscribes to Comcast Cable, that within the city of Saline that's able to have access to the channel. I've mentioned it before, anybody that has access to the channel, we always appreciate if you could just check it out every once in a while, if it's not something you normally watch, and provide any kind of feedback we can. Our new system has increased the quality of both the video and the sound. It is like watching regular TV, not like an old AM radio station anymore. And then the one thing that Ben did not mention, but I'm very excited about when it comes to equipment, is that we did approve the purchase of new portable speakers and microphones for community events, for things like the Memorial Day Parade and just other events that are outside of the buildings. So we're very excited to have that system. It is meant to be a traveling system, so be on the lookout for that coming in the spring.
Very good. Thank you for that. I'll begin this evening to my immediate left and then end with Mayor Pro Tem Dillon and myself. Councilmember Gearbaugh, any questions for our guests regarding their presentation?
Not any questions, but I appreciate what you've done. I've seen this move ahead significantly since we've done cable to access and what we've televised. So appreciate all the work that you're doing and keeping us informed. YouTube channels, I think, are one of the best way that we can provide the information in a timely manner and in a way that our public can see it. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Councilmember Rice.
I'd second that, and I also want to point out that I think this is a great example of collaboration between the schools and the city. I think this is probably our #1 collaboration public-wise that we can highlight to the public. So anytime that we can promote this on our end or on your end, please let us know. Glad to help. One question I do have, this is for Ben, this is just a technical question. Plans this year to upgrade some of the issues that we're having in here with microphones during town halls and things like that. We've had a couple of folks point that out.
So I will be looking at the system at the dais first this summer because I have to take the backing of it off. I plan on replacing the XLR cable to all the mics with a more condensed cable to fix sounds. In terms of wireless, we're going to have to replace those eventually anyways because they're going to be out of service and illegal to use pretty soon because of the different air traffic signals that are going to be used. So we're going to have to change those. Right now, Mayor Merrill mentioned this in his address, we're at it's the distributors for all the equipment that we buy them from. You know, it's a supply chain shortage right now. Little towns and little cities are not getting a lot of stuff right now because they're going to hotel chains, they're going to big event center because they're buying 500 at a time and we only need like 10. So, you know, we're looking into best options and it's more the system that's here in the middle at the table. So I think it's important that we use the dais because the dais is the best right now.
That's perfect. And I appreciate you keeping us honest when you're sitting in there yelling at us.
Yeah.
Move
Yeah,
the mic
just make sure
closer.
you talk directly at the mic with the fist between you and you're good.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
that's all. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilmember Rice. Councilmember Harmon, any questions or comments for our guests?
Yes, thank you, Ben, for everything you do to help with the transparency about communication in this community. It really is important. I do have a question. It sounds like we do a budget share of that $74,000 with the school district based on your utilization of time. What additional upgrades, and then I guess just from a high level, I'd be interested to understand like your vetting of what equipment that you guys got and what the logic was that you used to understand that the 74, the equipment that you have, and like what's the longevity of it.
So in terms of vetting, we actually are blessed to have a audio-video coordinator work for Saline Area Schools, Mr. Culver. He used to be the middle school orchestra teacher. He works for a company, well, he buys equipment from a company called Marker Tech. So we speak with them about what we need. Mainly for equipment I use, I go with the best quality I can, and he works out a good pricing for me.
Did you do some competitive bids on the?
For the TV station, there was no competitive bids. The two other businesses that do this type of equipment are only doing large networks like Fox, ESPN, stuff like that. So Teleview was like the only one left, so we couldn't find a competitive bidder for that. For everything else, if it's under a certain threshold of a price, we don't have to do a competitive bid, but we try to as best as we can.
Is there additional equipment that you're looking at on the horizon in the next year or so?
For City Hall, yes, we're looking at replacing the portable mics that go in this room. We're going to go with handhelds, similar to the one we used earlier. In terms of Saline Area Schools, right now it's a basis of if I need it, we talk about it. And I said this when I got hired, and Ms. Dillon remembers it. I'm very fiscally conservative when it comes to money. If I don't need it, I don't buy it. I don't want toys. I don't want stuff that is just going to sit in a box and never be used. If I'm buying it, it's used.
Thank you for your service.
I'll just add that also is, the Cable Commission has to approve all purchases as well, so it's not just a Ben decides, it gets approved by the Cable Commission first and foremost. Thanks.
Anything else, Councilmember Harmon?
No, I don't. Thank you for your service.
Very good. Councilmember Lesh, any comments or questions for our guests?
Just a compliment to you both that I've seen the evolution of the Saline Community Television from both sides of the table. I think I was there when they put that VHS tape into the high school. So it's remarkable to see the progress that you guys have made and the advances that you've done for both the schools and the city. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Lesh. Councilmember Seal, any questions or comments?
Just a comment. Thank you both for your dedication and hard work. I don't see you very often, but Ben, we see you every time we come here. Thank you for your continued efforts.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Dillon, anything else?
No, I'm all set, thank you.
Very good. Well, let me just echo a comment that Mayor Pro Tem Dillon made. I think based upon the presentation and my own anecdotal observations, certainly this past year, and probably realistically, it's probably been in both 2022 and 2023, I think you are striking the appropriate balance between school activities and events and those that are performed by city government. So well done. We appreciate your efforts and your time. And the only thing that I would say, and this is more for the public, but if you ever have any questions or concerns about what's going on in local government, both city council and school board, we're your elected officials. We're here to represent you, and you have the right to know what we're deciding and how we're spending your tax dollars. So as Mr. Gearbaugh indicated, Ben does an excellent job of uploading school board meetings, city council meetings, and planning commission meetings onto YouTube. You can view them anytime, and it's a great way to stay informed and engaged with local government. So I strongly encourage it. Thank you both for your time. Appreciate it very much. Okay, we are going to transition then to the consent agenda, but before I get a motion to approve the consent agenda, I do want to note there was a supplemental document provided by the city clerk, which enumerates the 3 appointments that I emailed you all about earlier this afternoon. Jen Harmon on environmental, Dean Gearbaugh on HDC, Chuck Lesh on Parks, as well as adding Councilmember Rice to the Healthcare Task Force, but there is one error. Councilmember Rice's term on the Healthcare Task Force will expire and sunset when that group's charter expires or sunsets, which, as you recall from our December meeting, would be on 3/31/24. So please modify that date. And other than that, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as submitted unless there are additional amendments.
So moved.
Moved by Gearbaugh to approve the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Rice. Hearing no discussion, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, and the consent agenda is adopted. We transition now to new business. Agenda item 2407, 2024 appointment of Mayor Pro Tem. This will be a motion to approve the appointment of Councilmember Dillon as Mayor Pro Tem for 2024 and to appoint Councilmember Seo as second presiding officer in the event that both Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem are absent.
So moved.
Second.
To appoint Councilmember Rice?
Yes.
Okay, and that's seconded by Gearbaugh?
Correct.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion? Anyone care to comment? Easy enough. Then we'll proceed with the motion. All those in favor of confirming the appointments, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it, and appointments are confirmed. Our last item under new business is 2408, Personnel Policy Update. This will be a motion to acknowledge receipt of the memo from City Manager O'Toole and to adopt or not to adopt the amendment to the City of Saline Personnel Policy and Handbook to include the 7-minute timekeeping rule.
So moved.
To both acknowledge and to adopt, Councilmember Harmont?
Yes.
Very good. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by CO. City Manager O'Toole, would you care to make some comments for the public record?
Certainly, this is relatively straightforward. This is us putting into formal language a practice which has long been the timekeeping principle for the city of Saline. We identified during our update to UKG that there wasn't a formal written policy to that effect, and we felt it most prudent that if we were codifying a rule into our timekeeping software, that mirrored directly up with a policy. So this is that policy.
Very good. Pretty straightforward. Are there any questions or, well, actually, let's start with questions for the city manager. Mayor Pro Tem Dillon.
Thank you. My only question is, there's one statement that says this policy shall, responding to a call-in and travel time associated with that response do not count towards time earned. Is that across the board, or is that for non-union employees?
That's across the board.
I just want to make
That's just kind of a catch-all. Everyone should know that, but just being clear.
I wanted to make sure that that wasn't for just those non-union employees.
Anything else, Mayor Pro Tem Dillon?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Easy enough. Any additional questions from the dais? Is there any subsequent discussion on the motion? Then we have a motion on the floor moved by Harmont, seconded by CO to acknowledge and to adopt. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. The motion carries unanimously. We come now to the discussion portion of our agenda, which is reports and other announcements. And if you have updates from committees, commissions, or task forces, we would welcome those at this time as well. Again, I'll start to my immediate left and end to my right. Councilmember Gearbaugh, any reports, announcemements, committee, commission, or board updates?
No committee or commission. I just want to share with our council group, Bob Wittershine, a longtime emeritus director, passed away just before Christmas. He was well known in the Historical Society and did significant work on both patching and replacing most of the windows in the barn facilities out at the farm. So he's going to be sorely missed, and unfortunately, he was suffering from a long goodbye, and at this time, we give our thoughts to his family.
Thank you for sharing that. He was a very nice gentleman. Yep. Condolences to his family and loved ones. Councilmember Rice, reports, announcements, or any updates from boards or commissions?
No updates for boards or commissions. Everything's starting to happen this week. I do have one discussion item that I would like to just bring to the city manager's attention. We talked about this over the weekend, or I texted and I spoke with the PR generalist. Just one comment from the community about the water main break over the weekend, and just going forward, any plans for any off-duty communications chain to citizens?
At this time, we don't have 24/7 PR staff. That'd be quite difficult for us to accommodate. Certainly when there's an emergency, DPW is on site and will do direct door knocking. For example, if water needs to be boiled or there's other water-related advisory. So residents can rest assured, in those particular cases, no news is good news.
And we also encourage residents, correct me if I'm wrong, currently they can call after-hours police dispatch, and going forward, that would be an after-hours number through Washtenaw County.
It'll be the exact same number moving forward. It'll just auto-direct now to the Washtenaw County. We strongly encourage, if it's after hours, please use that non-emergency line. That is the best way to guarantee that someone will pick up. Moving forward, Washtenaw County Dispatch will have our call-in number for DPW, so if there is a water main break after hours, they'll still follow the same process. It'll just be a different person answering the phone.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Can you confirm for council and for the public the location of the said water main break in the neighborhood that it impacted?
Was
Wallace.
Wallace?
Was it Wallace and Harris?
Rolling Meadow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So properties within that vicinity.
Yes, and certainly, I will say to any residents in that area who are experiencing discoloration, please report it to us. We believe it may be tied. There's a chance that it may be tied to the water main break, but we certainly want to get after that. We were flushing in the Northview sub today to try and clear out the system as a result of that break.
Very good. Anything else, Councilmember Rice?
Nope, that's all. Thanks.
Councilmember Harmont, your first opportunity for reports, announcements, or board and commission updates.
I am super excited to be assigned to the Historic Commission and the Zoning and Board Appeals Commission. I also wanted to make a statement that we have openings available on the Environmental Commission, which I will be assigned to as a citizen. So I look forward to continuing to serve on the Environmental Commission. And I know Jack will be the city council representative, but we do have a lot of openings. So if you want to share on social media, that'd be great, so that we can fill those spots. And it's really important to, serve the city and these different, different functions.
Very good. Thank you for that. Appreciate those comments. Councilmember Alesh, your first opportunity. Any reports, announcements, or committee commission updates?
First Arts and Culture meeting will be next week, and I'll do the same as Councilmember Harmuth did. I'll put a plug in for the Park Commission because they do have a few openings also. So,
very good. Councilmember Seal.
Yesterday we had the annual meetings of both sister city relationships in the city, right here in City Hall. Like all the other organizations within the city, we too are struggling to attract new blood. Many of us on the board, I know of the Saline Lindenberg group, have been there 10 years or more, and we need some fresh ideas. Mr. Lush stepped forward yesterday, so he is a new board member now for the Saline Lindenberg group, but we're still looking for a couple more citizens to fill those positions. So if you have any interest at all in joining one of the sister city groups, please feel free to contact me or Mr. Roth or any of the other members of those boards. Thank you.
Very good. Mayor Pro Tem Dillon, any reports, announcements, or committee or commission updates?
Thank you. Between the holidays and committee reassignments, there really isn't too much to put out. Obviously, tonight we got an update on the Cable Commission. The Fire Board's next meeting will be in February, and I will talk about that at our next council meeting. And Urban County will be meeting later in the month.
Very good. And the only thing I have to add, and it was referenced in my State of the City address, this would be for City Manager O'Toole. I would leave it to your judgment and the judgment of your staff, but with the understanding that we have a February election forthcoming and a charter amendment on said ballot, that particular, the charter amendment that we're proposing for February, in my judgment, is pretty innocuous and very easy to understand. I'm not sure if a town hall or forum would be necessary, but I do think producing some sort of educational material that can be put online on our social media pages and distributed by the 7 of us at this dais would be very helpful. And since absentee ballots are already going out, the sooner the better.
Absolutely. That was on our agenda this week with Pierre Generous Massey.
Very good. Okay. If there's nothing further, we come now to the second public comment period. Under the Open Meetings Act, any person may come forward at this time, make comment or question to City Council. This public comment period will be limited to 3 minutes per person. Anyone who would like to speak is requested, but of course not required to state his or her name and address for the record.
Good evening again, Rice. Again, I hope less than 2 minutes you can finish, you can watch the game tonight. Congratulations to you, to Jen, Chuck, and Seal. This is great. I'm so happy that you are here to lead us, start a new page, as I said. And there are little things I want to say. First is Seal have done a great job to lead so many years for the relationship with sister cities. And I said yesterday that we should expand, continue this tradition to establish sister cities with the rest of the world, especially Taiwan and China. So this is important for us to have this kind of relationship. Otherwise, we don't understand each other. We have to visit each other. So many decades of hard work, many years of hard work. Thank you so much, Seal. And the second thing is I want to say is that we have something going on in this world. None of you have money to go to Mars. This is the Earth. We are living, as Councilwoman Harmon said, we got to do something for this Earth, for this climate. We have to do something. There are 3 big things. Let me finish up. 3 big things. Climate, climate, climate. So I'm happy that Mr. Mayor promised to spend a little longer time with me, Chuck Seal. I really want to invite our scientists here, Chuck, and also the environmentalist, I believe, Jane.
Jen?
So listen to me. I might not say something in correct English, but this is what my hope. We have to do something, follow Governor Whitmer. My healthy climate plan, the money poured down. So how can we use that money and work, as Mr. Mayor said, right? Okay. So Southeast Michigan Council of Government also get some money. SALT initiative with you guys support is getting more and more. SALT, Saline Area Light Tower. This is something bigger, but the same thing as CEO many years did, which is for the radio tower, for the highway. So he's like that the road less traveled. Otherwise, we might not have radio on the highway. So therefore, something we got to continue this legacy. This is the new world. And it's our world. It's not Jeff Bezos. He have money. We don't have money to go somewhere else. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheng-Ming. Are there any additional citizen comments this evening from those in the audience? The record reflect there are none. Clerk Royal, any written communiques sent in advance of tonight's meeting in which the individual wanted their remarks read at this time? Easy enough. Then please note our upcoming board and commission meetings. And at this time, the chair would entertain a motion to convene into closed session pursuant to MCL 15.2681H for City Council to consider an attorney-client privilege memorandum exempt from disclosure pursuant to MLC 15.2431G. And that would be at 7:58. Moved by Gearbaugh to convene. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Lesh. The clerk will please call the roll, and I'd like to note for our new members, a no or yes vote is requested. It's not appropriate to vote present.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
We are convened into closed session at 7:58. Is there a motion now to reconvene into regular session at 9:18 p.m.?
So moved.
Moved by Gearboss, seconded by Seal. The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilmember Seal?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dillon?
Yes.
Councilmember Gearboss?
Yes.
Councilmember Harma?
Yes.
Councilmember Lesh?
Yes.
Mayor Morrow?
Yes.
Councilmember Rice?
Yes.
We are convened into regular session at 9:18. Is there anything else that a member of council would like to bring forward at this time? Then the chair would entertain a motion to adjourn the regular meeting at 9:19.
I motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Ms. Harmon. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by, I'll get you on the next one, Mr. Lesh. I'll let Mayor Pro Tem Dillon be the second on this one. All those in favor of adjourning this meeting, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.